For my easy canning butter recipe, I actually am excited to be doing it on my wood stove today. Usually, and if you've seen my videos before, you know that we have very mild winters out here in the Panhandle. I don't get to fire up my stove during the middle of the day because there's just no need. Today it's a little bit colder, so lucky me, I've got a nice fire going and now I can use it and actually melt my butter. Now, and that saves me on propane too. This recipe can be done on a regular stovetop, so don't worry. It's all about simmering the butter and just gently melting it. So get yourself a stainless steel pot that works the best for melting butter, or an enamel pot if you have one. Then what I did is I have about 11 pounds of butter in here. I'm going to gently melt that and I'm going to keep stirring. And when it's melted, then I'm going to show you that next step. Also, while I'm waiting here for everything to melt, I've got my canning jars out on the porch. 250 is what I've got the oven going at to sterilize them, and then I'm simmering my lids right now. Really fast recipe. You're gonna love it. Alrighty, so the next step is you remove that butter from the heat, and I just took these jars out of the oven, so they are hot. And I'm just going to simply pour them right into the canning jars. You're going to leave, you know, like you always leave, 1/2 inch to 3/4 head space. And then one other key point. I know Ball Jar has come out, and this was a while ago, that you don't have to boil your lids. And I usually don't when I pressure can and I water bath. But because this is a no water bath pressure can recipe, I make sure that I boil my lids and get them nice and hot. All right, so out of the 11 pounds of butter, I actually have 14 pint jars, which is awesome. The next step is after you put your lids and your rings on, you're going to want to start shaking these jars. What happens during the cooking process is the butter does separate and it gets a little foamy. So we're going to help solidify that butter by shaking it. As these jars cool off, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with a wonderful solid block of butter. And we want a solid block. Well, this is exciting. My jars are pinging. So as they ping, you got to go back and reshake them. When they cool, what we're going to do pretty soon here is put them either in the refrigerator, if you have a refrigerator, or what I'm going to do is just set them outside and have them cool a little bit more so they solidify a little bit more. But I love that sound. Ping, 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 ping. They're popping. Or I should say they're sealing. All right, so after an hour of at least being in the refrigerator or outside in my case and shaking it back and forth, look at this. The butter is a solid mass. All right, so I've had. All right, I have had the butter out aside for about an hour, and I've shook it back and forth for a couple times. Okay, here's my husband. He's trying to be funny while I'm making a video. All right, on a serious note, it's a solid mass. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful looking? So this canning method is so simple and easy, and it really saves space in your freezer. Yeah, I really try to get away from that freezing method. And also, I cracked 2011 this jar is from, and I've been using it, the butter from that case, and look at how great that looks. Really nice butter. All right, so forget about pressure canning, forget about the water bath method. All my jars pinged, so they're sealed and they're ready to go on the pantry. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you'll be able to use this in your off-grid homestead endeavors. Bye-bye.